Hi, World Peace. What's up? This is Jay on the tube, and I'm going to be rebuilding the 2018-2019 New York Knicks, the Knickerbockers. All right, looking through the New York Knicks, it's they have a very nice team. The team's run by James Dolan, yours truly, the owner that everybody in the NBA community does not like at all. There's been rumors of James Dolan possibly selling the team, moving it on towards. And of course, recently he has denied these rumors. But looking as such, you don't want to make that public if you're an owner because you want to get the best deal possible out there. Now, so we don't know if that could happen or not. But right now, as a GM, as I'm going to foreplay in this episode, I'm going to give my goals for this team, how I see about it, and how I want to go through it. So looking at the team so far, it's run by Kristaps Porzingis. Carmelo Anthony's been gone. Phil Jackson's been gone. So now in the head position of running this team, I want to run through Kristaps. He's a very young 22-year-old superstar emerging into this game. He's a young Dirk Nowitzki, but he has lateral movement. He's taller by 2 inches. And plus, he's a player that we could definitely build around, and he could come and revolve around this team for years to come. Now, the only option that we have coming forward is our second option, which the New York Knicks drafted Kevin Knox. And I believe this kid is going to be a stud. I don't know about a star, but I could definitely see him being a star, but probably not for these first 2 to 3 years. But I could see him emerge like a Jason Tatum-esque type of player. And plus, he can be a very good punch with Kristaps Porzingis. So basically, I want to build off these two. Tim Hardaway, I'm unsure if I want to keep him long term. I'll keep him for this season. But for Tim Hardaway to be a third option for this team, maybe even a sixth man, that's incredible for this team. I would love that direction at all. So as we know, we signed David Fizdale. I changed his potential to a B+, because that's where I think he could be. I don't think he'll be a great coach, but I think he'll be a very good coach. He's a player coach. So all the other players, they get along with him. He was with the Miami Heat for that 4-year tenure where they won 2 championships as an assistant. And then he got his first head coach opportunity with the Memphis Grizzlies, which everyone knows the famous quote, "Take that for stats." He's been a great coach for the Grizzlies. I mean, they did pretty good with their team. It was a mild roster, but still a good foundation to come through here. So David Fizdale, I'm really liking that signing for this team, and I want to rebuild definitely off Porzingis and Kevin Knox, like I said. So definitely the point guard position, which we need to get that main point guard. If I can't find anyone this season, next season, I'm going to be looking for Kyrie Irving, because there's been rumors of him possibly wanting to join with Jimmy Butler to the New York Knicks. So next season, I'm definitely going to make a push to get Kyrie and Jimmy Butler. And in order to make that happen, you have to look at her salary. Definitely the salary units that I want to get out for this team. Jakeem Noah with that terrible contract that Phil Jackson gave him. And then Courtney Lee. Lance Thomas, I'll also try to get out that contract. But the main two are Jakeem Noah and then Courtney Lee. Jakeem Noah, I'm going to have to throw some picks to make it realistic for a team actually to take that contract. And then Courtney Lee, there's been talks of him going to the Oklahoma City Thunder. So I'm going to try to perform a trade of that and then get him off the team and get that started. So first, I'm going to be starting with Courtney Lee, who is making $11 to $12 million a year. I'm going to send him off, package him to the Oklahoma City Thunder. There was trade talks of him for Abrinas and then Kyle Singler. Yeah, as you see here. I believe the trade was just straight up. If you're the Thunder, you're definitely taking this trade. They have Andre Roberson at the 2, but they need some shooting. Just a defender, and it can also shoot the 3-pointer. All right, so we got Kyle Singler on the team and Ron Baker, which I'll get Kyle Singler off later. And then the next contract I wanted to get off, the Jakeem Noah. So I want to make this as realistic as possible. So I'll throw in a pick or two to a team, just shed some salary. I think Brooklyn, that would be a team that would actually take that contract if I give them a couple of picks. I'm going to throw them 3 second-round picks Uh, and then I'll throw him I'll see if I can throw him a young player because I don't think they'll take that just straight up like that. Okay, so we have an abundance of shooting guards. Looking at that real quick. And then we have a young center. You know, I think they'll take this trade if they take Mitchell Robinson from this team. I could take another expiring contract for this team. Wouldn't hurt us too bad if I could find one. You know what, guys? I'm just going to keep it like this. I'm going to give him 2 second-round picks and then a future first-round pick in 2021. All right, next, the Nets agreed. All right, cool. All right, now looking real quick over here. So our salary options, we got those 2 main contracts off, which is very important for this team. Now the contracts we're looking at are Enes Kanter and Tim Hardaway Jr., which I'm cool with for this season. Because the next season, whenever we want to shed that salary to get Kyrie and Jimmy Butler, Enes Kanter, he's going to be gone most likely. And then Tim Hardaway, depending on the contracts, how it mixes. So first I'm going to see if I can find anything for Lance Thomas and Darrell Arthur. Just shed that salary, just get him out. Okay, I'm just going to give him to the Pacers, just shed some salary, get that out there real quick. And then for Darrell Arthur, I don't need you on this team. I really just need to shed some salary, get some young guys in. Yeah, I'm kind of interested in that Alex Len Atlanta Hawks deal. Imagine, he's 7-1. Imagine him and Porzingis at the same time. That's something. I'm actually really into that one right there. You know what, Alex Len, I'm sending him to the Atlanta Hawks. All right, cool. So let's see what we got here so far. So Kevin Knox at the 3, which I love. Porzingis will be our center. And then, so now we need a power forward. Because I move Porzingis to the center option. Because I want Kanter to come off the bench as a center. And I definitely forgot about that. That we have Kanter and Alex Len. Huh. Alright, you know what? I'm going to actually ship Alex Len back off. Because we have an abundance of centers, which I forgot about that. Why I made that move. Alright, now I need a power forward for this team real quick. I'm going to get this done as quickly as possible. Okay, I'm going to send Dawson out. So looking just for power forward again in here. So I can start off the season. Alright, so Valencia, I'm liking that deal right there. Looking around. Need some power forwards. Not a lot of stretch forwards in this game. Alright, guys. Well, we're going to go with Balenciaga. That was on the Timberwolves. So get us a stretch 4 out there. Then I'm going to need another power forward. Which, you know, I want to target Michael Beasley. I actually want him back on this team, to be honest. I thought he was a good fit for the Knicks. What teams? Oh, he's on the Lakers. I could see Beasley on this team. Okay, so he's making $1 million a year, taking the minimum. I'll send Deontay Davis on the way. Give the Lakers just a young center, which they need a center out there. Okay, it's been declined. And they want a first-round pick for this year. Our team's going to be good enough. I have enough faith in this team. Yeah, I'll take that trade. Okay, cool. So let's quickly see what we got here. So Beasley at the 4, plus he can play the 3 as well, which I love the stretch 4 and the 3s. Then you have Knox and Beasley. I love that. Hardaway Jr., he's more of a 6-man for a championship contender in my eyes. But for him, since it's a young team, playing the 2, I like that. Porzingis, I'm testing him at the center, see how he does. I'm going to see how his stats increases or not. But he's 7'3", so keeping him at the center, I think that would be a good fit. Trey Burke, I'm going to quickly see if I can find another pretty good point guard. But if not, I'll roll with this team. Coming off the bench, Zonia, Moutier, Baker, Valencia. So you have shooters and a bunch of gritty guys. Frank, I definitely want to get some minutes. Yeah. All right, guys. So if I can't find a trade for Trey Burke, then I'm just going to show you how the first season goes with, but see how we expect to do. So if I don't trade Trey Burke or any of the point guards for a main point guard, I see this team getting to the playoffs. I see him as around a 6 through an 8 seed. So expect around 40 to 44 wins with this team. That's what I'm predicting. All right, guys. Well, looks like it's going to be an early season for us. No playoffs. To explain the 32 and probably 50 record going to go on. Porzingis tore his Achilles off in early, believe it was January. So because of that, Porzingis hurting himself. You see the Knicks here. We're not going to make the playoffs, which makes sense. Happened last year. They look like they're probably going to make the playoffs. Porzingis got hurt. Same situation, same time. Not the Achilles, though. But yeah, since he's out of the season, I traded Kyle Singler to the Suns for a second-round pick. And because of that, I got Willie Reed on the team. So he could be a backup center while Enes Kanter started. And then Frank, he started to show potential, so we moved him to the starting point guard position. We couldn't get another main point guard, so we just kept with the team. And then looking on David Fizdale for his team, we ran 10 deep. At first, I wanted the first scoring option go to Porzingis. Then I wanted to be Kevin Knox and then Tim Hardaway Jr. But since Porzingis fell off of the season, Kevin Knox has shown a lot of potential. And then we just wanted this to be a gritty team, which they were. And it's cool for the first season, but that Achilles tear, man, that's hard for any player to get back and bounce off from that. But we'll see how Porzingis does going on. All right, guys. Well, I'm gonna show off, and I'm gonna go off to the offseason, see if we can get Kyrie Irving and Jimmy Butler, and how this team can move on. With off-season acquisitions of Jimmy Butler and Kyrie Irving, the Knicks are in a great position. This is very realistic, as I said before, that Kyrie and Jimmy Butler have allegedly been talking about forming together and part of Team USA of the camp. These two are very close, and they would play ball together, and they've talked about possibly even joining the team together. But in the summer of 2019, Kyrie Irving and Jimmy Butler decided to take their talents to New York to pair themselves with a young Kristaps Porzingis and a young Kevin Knox, making them a big four coming in. Now, looking at this team that I decided to set up through acquisitions of veterans and guys, taking less money to play with this team, should be realistic. We have Kyrie at the point guard with Frank coming in as the second guy. And with Jimmy Butler, we have great depth at the shooting guard position. Have Azoni as a shooter. David Nwaba, which I like really well. He's a lockdown defender. He can be streaky at times, but he's very young. He's quick, athletic. Then we have that gritty Ron Baker, who also played the point guard, shooting guard. A young Matthew Dellavedova resembles a lot. And Kevin Knox, which he's developing into a starting role. Definitely looking to be a future star in this game. And Sofa Losha wanted that veteran experience on there, as well as Bob Mute. You can play the 3 and 4. Then Michael Beasley staying as the 4, retaining him for another year. And Luke Babbitt is another just a shooter out there that we need. And an older David West, probably is going to be his last season. It's going to, he just joined a contender. He's a great passer for the game. He's a tough guy, and we just need him for the locker room. And then Porzingis, I'm still running him at the center. With Willie Reed coming back again, and then Mitchell Robinson. All right, guys. Well, this team is definitely a contender. A team that could come out of the East. 3 teams that can come out of the East, which I expect to be either Boston, Toronto, or New York. If this is realistic, but if this were to happen, I believe New York would take the advantage over Boston in a 6 to 7 game series with the departure of Kyrie Irving. So, guys, I'm going to simulate the rest of the season. I expect around 55 to 62 wins with this team. And all right, guys, this is it. I expected the team to be around 55 to 62 wins, as stated before. And the Knicks ended up 59-23, which is great, promising to be in the Eastern Conference, get the second seed. I definitely see this team going to the finals, realistically, if this were the case. To go against either the Boston Celtics. But the Celtics are actually in the first round, which we're going to play with. So I'm going to simulate the first round, see how far we get. All right, so easy sweep right there. Going against the young Bulls. That should be another sweep. Oh. Okay. Whoa, okay. Pause. Wait. What? We lost to the Bulls? Blown out? Kyrie did not show up. Wow. Okay. I guess not, guys. Guess we lost in the second round. I swear, if the Bulls win this all, the Bulls are in the finals against the Golden State Warriors. No Michael Jordan. Let's see if they can win this, actually. Yeah, they got swept. But realistically, if the Knicks did meet the Golden State Warriors in the finals, I think it would be competitive. It would be very gritty. But I don't know if David Fizdale would have had the offensive scheme to actually go against the Warriors. But, this was just a little fun experiment we did. This is definitely possible to happen. Kyrie and Jimmy Butler, come into New York City and play for the New York Knicks. I see their ceiling to be going to the finals. They could win it, depending if it weren't against the Warriors. But it's just hard out there in the West, man, playing against those teams. But besides that, is what it is with 2K.